They were stretched to the absolute max. But that's what she said. Light, power. Gas spots, which are makes it look like fisheyes and runs, and just uneven finish in your powder. Gotta find my black hose. Alright guys, here it is right now. The black cauldron was completely done. I masked off. Trophy number 2. Now this one I do want to take in some imperfections from them when they manufactured it. What is up? Welcome back to Steiner Family Motorsports. Today I have something amazing to show you. This right here is a 3D printed stainless steel trophy for the Vintage Cup here at Watkins Glen International. And I'm so excited. All I did so far was blast it. It's getting black cauldron on the bottom half, and the racetrack is getting weeping silver. It'll be half and half. It's going to look sweet, so stay tuned. You know it's a good day when I bust out the old trusty Harbor Freight, but pretty heavily modified cabinet. I don't have any crazy lights. Just use a simple LED work light that sits up top. These gloves have worked amazing. They're like a rubber material instead of the cloth, so it lasts longer. But they were really hard to stretch, as you can see. They were stretched to the absolute max. But that's what she said. But a different type of intakes with a valve down here. It's called a metering valve, I believe is what they call it. And I use a foot pedal so I don't have to squeeze the trigger because my hands and arms always used to get tired. And then just a hose or a tip from Amazon. Get the heavy duty, higher priced nozzles. They'll always last longer. You don't ever get the cheap stuff. And then of course the little mini trusty micro vapor honer, just for like carbs and cases. It works okay, but in case you've never seen, this is my setup. A 6 foot by 4 foot deep by 3 foot wide oven. Sorry, I only have one hand right now, and it's holding something. Homemade oven rack. It's adjustable up and down. 2 broil and then 2 bake oven elements. I had a fan in here, but unfortunately it burned out. Of course I have a light in there. Control unit on the side. I'm not going to show you that. And yeah, spray booth that has a HEPA filter. And then these 2 pipes up here go into a 1 micron dust collector bag. And then I have 2 powder coating units. One is really good for solid tones, clear coats. This gun overall is way better, but I just like running solid colors through it because it's not a hopper. And with this gun, I run a hopper, even though you could run it through a bag like this one in a box. I run it through a hopper just so I have one. It's called the fluidizer. They look like these. I always have a couple. And this is what you want to use for metallics because it mixes it up. So make sure you always read your powder for that. And yeah, nothing else too special. I'm just waiting for my air compressor to fill up. I always keep it unplugged because I blew a line at one time and then it was running for a while. So now that it's filling up, once it's done, I'll just spray this trophy down and then get it in the oven. Light, power. At this point, you want to avoid touching your part at all costs, especially once you wipe it down with acetone, but it's best to use gloves even after you blast it. And you can see, because it's 3D printed, that there's oil and stuff trapped in between some of the spots. And I'm going to wipe it away the best I can, but what's going to end up happening is I'm going to have to gas it out and then most likely re-blast it. I mean, you can see how much has come out of it. And this is why gassing out is important. I mean, I haven't even gassed out yet, and you can see this, but this lets you know, like, hey, man, if you didn't gas this out at all and didn't take care of this, this can add gas spots, which makes it look like fisheyes and runs and just uneven finish in your powder. So you always want to make sure you gas out. And this is going to need to be gassed out for a while because it's 3D printed. So who knows how deep this oil goes. Putting it in the machine, maybe there's a lubricant on it, so when it's in the 3D printer, it's not getting bound up or anything, and then that's in the product. I don't know, but I'm just gonna wipe this all down and then put it in the oven. It's already on and ready to go. You can kind of see some of the gas coming out. Gotta let it cool down before I can look at it, and then I gotta mask off for the first color. All right, got my fan on, masked off. I gotta set up my machine. That's what I'm about to do right now.
Black Cauldron, 15 minutes at 450. It's a silicone-based powder coat, so it can get up to, I believe, 950 degrees, which is crazy. Make sure you wear a mask. Alright, I got my lines hooked up. Now I gotta find my black hose. There we go, got my black hose. All plugged in. Nah, that should be good for this.
Alright guys, here it is right now. The Black Cauldron was completely done. I masked off, sprayed the Weeping Silver. Now, it was extremely hard to mask. This tape didn't want to stick to the Black Cauldron. So it kind of looks more like a fade in some areas. I haven't pulled the tape off, but so far this is how it turned out. Trophy number 2. Now this one I do want to take in some imperfections from them when they manufactured it. There's a little nick there. From this side you'll see the 3D printing wasn't perfect. You can see the little edges all throughout it. One kind of big or ugly weld there. As well as right there in the bottom corner. It's still hot, so I'm not touching it. Right there in the bottom top corner. So, it's still going to turn out good. I'm not worried about it. Also, you can see this side has a large line down the whole thing. I blasted it extra to try to minimize. Step 1 in Weeping Silver.